G'day, it's Brak here, and welcome to the first video of a series of what probably could be best described as a Crusade campaign vlog. I joined a campaign, so I am going to be documenting the whole process from the start, the building the army, through to the games I've played. So there will be battle reports and post stuff, and we will follow the adventures of Brak and his little WAAARGH while they go out and battle for Brak reasons. And I'm looking forward. I am looking forward to doing this. I think this is going to be a blast, and hopefully you will enjoy it too. So let's have a look at the army that I built. Let's start with building a force. And the first thing you need to do is get yourself an order of battle. This is what GW say about order of battles. A player's order of battle is primarily to list all the units that they have part of their Crusade force. A player's order of battle can consist of any number of units, but you must have a Crusade card for each unit, and the combined power rating of all units in your starting Crusade force cannot exceed 50. This is called your Crusade force supply limit, and it can be increased by playing more battles. Yeah, well, there you go. So I think that's pretty explanatory. So the first thing you've got to do is find yourself a little list. Make yourself a little list of 50 power level, and this is what I've got here. So there is my force. I did say you needed a Crusade card for each unit, so let's go and have a look at my Crusade card for the first entry. The first unit that I'm going to put in is Brak the War Boss. Now, as you can tell, I made a Word document. It makes it a bit easier for me than just photocopying a whole lot of worksheets. They're there. This is just simple. Anyone who's got Word can create tables like this. It's not hard. Alright, so the Crusade card for our first in. So we've got the unit name, Brak the War Boss, his HQ unit, and the Crusade faction is orks. I've put deathskulls in commas because I am running as a deathskull, and it also gives indication to my opponent when they're playing, so they know what they're coming up against. Selective keyword. He's the character, infantry, war boss. All this information can be found on your codex. And the power rating 4. Back down to unit type. HQ again. I'm really unsure what battlefield role and unit type. They seem to be the same thing, but maybe I'm reading it a little wrong. And equipment. So this is all the stuff which Brak has. And so it's the combi shooter with a rocket launcher, the power claw. He's got 2 sluggers according to his sheet, some stick bombs, and a tack squig. Now I have left, well, you wouldn't put anything in psychic powers, and I've left the warlord traits and the relics blank because you don't put them on until you start your first game. You need requisition points for that, which I'll explain about that later. Okay, so there is the first unit. And here we have the second unit for the order of battle, and this is Slazbag Umichua. He's a weird boy. And of course, you've got the orks, deathskulls, selective keywords, character, infantry, and weird boys. Power rating 4, and he has the weird boy staff. Now, I haven't put down the psychic powers or traits or relics like that yet, although I think we can. I think what I'm going to do is give him maniacal seizure. That's not how you spell maniacal. It's what you not spell. Okie dokie. Go on with it on that later. My maniac seizure. Let's just call it that, and we'll worry about that later. So there's the second recruit to Brak's order of battle. Alright, the third unit is going to be a boys unit, so we'll put in here that they're a troop. It's Zagnut's boys, and they're shooter boys, and we can tell because what we've done down here is we've put in the equipment 8 shooters, 1 big shooter, 1 tank buster bomb, 10 stick bombs, and 1 slugger, and 1 power claw. And I've put in little brackets there for the knob. Now, I do that so I'm giving my opponent all the information that they need. And of course, another power rating of 4 points. I will explain what all this other stuff means when we need to go through it. We're just at the moment listing boys, or listing units to put in this 50 power level. Okay, next up is another boy unit, but this time they're sluggers, and it's Borkrobber's sluggers. And yes, so battlefield role, they're not elite, are they? No. Why did I write that down? They'll be troops, of course, so we'll just do that. Troops and selective keywords, infantry boys, and the unit type, they are boys. I've basically worked out the battlefield role is with your HQ troops, and your unit type is what it says on the data on your data sheet, doesn't it? And equipment, because they are sluggers, there's 10 sluggers, 9 choppers, 1 tank buster bomb, 10 stick bombs, and 1 power claw for the knob. And that is that. And here we have the third troop choice, and this time it's Gretchen, and we've called them Zoggen Chaff. So it's a bit of a derogative term, I suppose, but they're Gretchen. And yeah, so power rating 2 is the first unit not to have a power rating of 4. So that's interesting in itself. And not much I can say about this unit. They've got grot blasters. That's all the equipment they have. Okay, thought I might chuck in some transport here, and this time a truck, and I've called the truck Betsy. So in the battlefield role we go transport, selective keywords, it's a vehicle, transport, and truck. Power rating of 4, and the equipment I'm going to put all in there because points, you don't need to worry about points. And so it's got a big shooter, a stick bomb chucker, and a wrecking ball. How's that old saying go? One good truck deserves another. Well, here is the other truck, and its name is Doris. And same fit out, big shooter, stick bomb chucker, wrecking ball, and a power rating of 4. And really, not much more I can say about this. Next on the order of battle is the Mega Knobs. Now this is Gear Guts Maulers. They're elite, of course, and I've given them 3 double kill sorts, and of course they get bombs as well. And yeah, power rating of 6, and so that's a lot. Well, it seems to be a lot for orks anyway. I'm a bit unsure about others, but with orks it seems to be a lot. So the selective keywords here is infantry, mega armor, knobs, and mega knobs. And let's just hope these guys do well. Another elite choice for the order of battle here. It's Burner Boys this time, and Snick Rats Pyros. Now, we've got 4 burners, 1 custom Mega Blaster, and that's for the spanner. Yes, I've put a spanner in, and 5 stick bombs. Why I've gone for the spanner, because I love the custom Mega Blaster. That's a fantastic weapon, especially if you're Deathskulls. You can make a lot with that weapon with those rerolls. And that's basically it. And selective keywords are all wrong, isn't it? See what happens? You've got to do a little bit of that. So it will be orks and I'll have to have a look. So it'll be orks, it'll be infantry, and it'll be Burner Boys. There you go, 3 power rating, Snick Rats Pyros. Alright, here is another elite choice for the order of battle, and it's a Painboy Doc Grod. Now, if you have watched my videos before when I've talked about lists, if I have a war boss, there is always a Painboy close by. You just need to have him to help fix and maybe protect him a bit. And Doc Grod will be looking after both Brak the war boss and I've forgotten his name, the Weird Boy as well, because Weird Boys do have a tendency of blowing their heads off. So having a Painboy close by can minimize that sort of thing happening too soon. And with selective keywords, character, infantry, Painboy, and the equipment is the Erdy syringe and the power claw, and there's a Grot orderly. Okay, we've got something fast for the order of battle now. Hopefully something that'll keep up pace with the trucks. It's a Defcopter, and the unit name is Defcon Krogskull. And the selective keywords here is it's a vehicle, fly, speed freaks, and Defcopter. And we've given it a slugger, spinning blades, not spinning P blades, spinning blades. One day, Brak will learn how to spell. But today is not that day. And copter rockets. I love me a rocket, and has a power rating of 2. So, which is really interesting that how these power ratings work. It has the same power as 10 grots. Now, I think that Yeah, I think a Death Copter is a bit more versatile than it depends on what you want to use it for. But yeah, one day I'll have to think about this and work out why the power ratings are what they are. But not today. Okay, now we have some heavy support. This time a Death Dread, and it's Brog-Gobber da Boomer. And he's a vehicle, of course, and a Death Dread is the selective keyword. He gets power rating of 6 this time, so just as powerful as 3 Mega Knobs. And the equipment is 2 Dread Claws and 3, not 3, there's 2 Dread Claws and 2 rocket launchers. And yes, 6 power rating. It's all heavy support and orks as well. So really, we've just going through. We don't need to fill this stuff out yet. You may have to in the future. I will talk about this later. But we won't be filling out a lot of stuff on our Crusade card because it's not warranted when you're working out your order of battle. I just thought I'd reiterate that. Alright, now the final unit for my order of battle is gone back to another elite role. So yeah, it's Tank Busters, because I love me rockets, and this is Blot Rot Busters. And of course the selective keywords is infantry and Tank Busters. I think there's also orks in there too. So the equipment is 5 rocket launchers, 5 times tank buster bombs, and 5 stick bombs and 2 bomb squeaks. Okay, now that we've gone through and filled out all our Crusade cards, we now can put them down on our order of battle. So let's start. So the Crusade force name is Brak's and Crusade faction is Orks, and we'll put Deathskulls in brackets. The player name is me. This is for later, and I will talk about that later. And when we start doing battles and stuff, so we really can't put anything here yet, just for this exercise, because we're just building the army. We're just doing the order of battle, aren't we? Okay, so we've got the War Boss, which is Brak, the War Boss, power rating 4. Weird Boy, Slazbag, Humichaka, Humichua, power rating 4, 10 Shooter Boys, Zugrat's Boys, and then we've got, it was Bork Robber, wasn't it? Bork Robbers, Sluggers, 10 Gretchen. Oh, the Sluggers have a power rating of 4 as well, and 10 Gretchen, so that was Salt and Chaff, Trucks, Betsy and Doris, the 3 Mega Knobs, Gear Guts Maulers. So we can see the power rating. So the Gretchen have 2, and the trucks have 4 each. Now, 3 Mega Knobs, Gear Guts Maulers. Now, I'm going to mention the name Gear Guts. You might know know that's a person out there who creates fine orky products for print and also to sell. Now, why he's there, it's not sneaky. It's not a sneaky promotion. Gear Guts is actually a member of my Patreon. So, and one of the rewards as being a Patreon member is that you get your name on one of the models. So he's on a Mega Love model, and that's all it is. So if you would like your name on a model and you can sort of be part of the battle, then please, by all means, go to Patreon and give us some money. And yeah, that would be lovely. All proceeds to help with the hobby and filming equipment. Alright, next up is 5 Burner Boys, Snick Rat Pyro, then the Pain Boy, Dog Rod. Both those have power rating of 3. And alright, then we've got the Death Copter, the Defcon Krog Skull with a power rating of 2. A Death Dread, that's Prog Gobber the Boomer, and power rating of 6. Then, last but not least, the Tank Busters with a power rating of 4, and that is the power rate on the Norman. So there you have it. We have now successfully got a Battle of Order of a power rating of 50, ready for the next battle. Now, I will turn up to the Crusade event, and then I will have to choose 25. Now, I've already chosen the 25, and you can see that that's the ones that are in green here. Now, why I chose those already, that was because that's what YouTube decided. In a prior video, I asked for some input, and this was it. So, and this is what the good people of YouTube had decided that I should take. And so, yeah, I just sort of did it backwards. I went for 25 power level, made people choose, and then I sort of added some 50 in. But you're not meant to do it that way. I did it for YouTube reasons, and that's sort of fun. So that's it. That is my army, the order of battle. I can't wait to get to play with it. It's going to be loads of fun. So what do you think? Will it work? Will it not work? Will Brak will he do well on the battlefield? Or will he fail miserably? Will he get the honours that he deserves? Which unit will be destroyed and die? Which will power up? Well, only time will tell, and you'll just have to wait. Now, next video on this, I'm going to go through the actual what I did to start all the pre-game stuff. So we'll be talking a little bit about some of those blanks in those Crusade cards. But that's for another video. So until then, if you go on Crumpin', you got to remember to bash early and bash often. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can show your appreciation by liking, sharing and subscribing. Also, please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can catch all my latest videos. Due to the global Nurgle related circumstances, I'm currently doing this full time. I would really appreciate it if you could show your support by becoming a Patreon member. For as little as $3 US, you can help me with my hobby and filming equipment. If you feel you can't commit long term, then you can always buy me a coffee. The Links will be below in the description.